Hey, hello, welcome back. So, Tuesday, October the 7th. So, we've basically done a week now. I know we're in week 2, but we've done 7 days. Now, what I think the overriding lesson for today is, or what we want to think about today, is about celebrating small wins and how each sober night stacks up. And this is, again, part of what we do in the program, which we go into much more detail, but it's stacking wins on top of each other, and small wins create life, they create lifetimes. So for example, it might sound a bit cliche to say it, but in order to climb Mount Everest, you have to put one foot in front of the other, don't you? So every marathon begins with a first step. Every ascent of Everest begins with a first step. You have to get to the first base camp in order to reach the summit. This is kind of obvious stuff, but people think about it in too bigger terms. I was one of these people. It was like a light bulb going off in my head when I realized that I didn't have to make everything such a big deal, and we could just focus on the now. Again, it sounds a bit woo-woo, focus on the now, but it's so true that we just need to focus kind of on this moment and how we just build these small wins on top of each other. Because every sober night that you have is another brick in the wall of the life that you want to build for yourself. And you've already done a week now. We're in week 2. You've already done a week. You can see how this is compounding. You can see that this is an investment that you're making. You're a smart person. You know about compound interest. You know about investing. You've probably done a fair bit of investing, and you know that what you invest today is going to pay you in the future, and it's going to pay you handsomely. And this is another investment that you're making in yourself. These are small, sort of micro savings that you're building into this bigger whole. And something that really worked for me in the early days was I used an app, which I still have on my phone, but it's completely defunct now. It's called Habitbull, and I think it's now changed to Streaks or something like that. But I would just tick off, and I still do it to this day. I tick off every day that I don't drink, every day that I don't smoke, and if I don't smoke anymore. What I want you to do is do the same. Maybe just get a calendar or a wall planner, a year planner, something like that, or an app. Use whatever app you want, or a calendar app, whatever. You can think of what it is that's going to work for you. And I want you to start ticking off these days, and I want you to start building this bank of clear days, okay? Now, that doesn't mean if you have a blip and you have a relapse, it's not the end of the world. There's a video on this channel which is why relapsing isn't the end. It's not going to be popular among the not drinking community, but I don't care. It's my findings. Now, this is not an excuse for you to just go, I'm going to go and drink and relapse. No, but it doesn't have to be the end of the world. If you have 25 days sober and then you drink, you've still got 25 days sober. It's not. This is why I don't like AA. What I don't like about it is it's telling you that you lose everything up to that point, and that's basically bullshit. That's not true at all. You've still got 25 days sober. You've still got 2 years sober. You've still got 10 years sober. One relapse does not define your life, and that's what I want to kind of instill in you. But in order for us to get to 10 years, we have to get to 10 days, and we have to get to 10 minutes, and so let's not think too much about that. But yeah, this is what the program's all about. And if you want to look at the link in the pinned comment, that will take you to a video that will tell you a little bit more about what the program's about. And if you want to book a call with me there, you can, if you want some help. But anyway, on with the video. And basically what you're doing each sober night is a kind of showing your mind that you are powerful. You are not powerless to drinking. So if you can do one night, if you can do 2 nights, if you can do 7 nights, the 70 nights, then you can do 700 nights. It's just a mental game, you know. So what you're doing is you are stealing alcohol's power and it's crushing weight, and you are replacing that with telling your brain and telling yourself that you are in control. And this is how you build your confidence back up, because I am going to guess that you are not the person that you used to be. You're not quite as confident, you're not quite as productive. In your quiet moments, you feel sad about the loss of time and things that you've done. And we can all have these boo-hoo stories, but what we need to do is replace them with the fact that we can get back to that person, and you will get back to that person if you stop drinking. And when you stop drinking and you start stacking these days on top of each other, that confidence starts to come back of like, actually, I'm the boss here, I am in control, booze is not in control of me, okay? So this is where we're going with this, and this is what we do in the program as well. Anyway, well done on the first week, and I will see you tomorrow.